Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? It's Chris Hand. Show's brought to you by Better Water LLC, water filtration systems, water softeners. Why would we need those, Mason? Do you know?
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
It's the reason. BetterWater.com. We're joined in studio. I like to do that when we have guests to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable or make you laugh. We're joined in studio by Sumner County Library Board Chairman, not chairperson, not chairwoman, Chairman Joanna Daniels. Hello, Joanna. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you today?
I'm good. All right. So we briefly touched on the story a little bit before we got in to this segment, but I think it's important. Introduce yourself. Who is Joanna Daniels? Why are you so passionate about what's happening in these libraries in Tennessee? Where did you come from? What's your story?
Sure. Joanna Daniels, chairman of the library board of Sumner County. I moved here from San Diego in 2018 and actually came here to be absolutely not involved in politics at all. I was very much in politics in California, but then COVID hit, and myself and about 4 other people started an organization called Free Tennessee. We were actually the first people to have the rallies for opening up Tennessee.
No kidding.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We organized 4 rallies across Tennessee in April of 2020. And we had the first medical freedom rallies at the Capitol.
Let's go.
So then all of a sudden, God just said, guess what? You're going back into politics. And I was like, okay, here we go. And then I started a Safeguard Our Schools group and did a huge event in 2021 exposing what's going on in the schools of Sumner County and the curriculum, the wit and wisdom and everything, and then helped to get a bunch of people elected to the county commission in Sumner County. And then I was approached by Commissioner Matt Schoaf to be on the library board.
Okay.
And I said, let's do it. So that's how I got there, and it's all God, because I knew nobody when I moved here, and now I know everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
And a lot of people speak very, very highly of you. You're a warrior for our kids. But if you're not paying attention, you don't realize what's happening in these schools in Tennessee.
Yes, and the public library board, we control the public libraries. So there's 5 libraries that we control, and that's Westmoreland, Portland, Millersville, Gallatin, and Hendersonville. So we are the governing body over those 5 libraries, and those are the public libraries. And we actually work in tandem a lot with the schools. And a lot of people don't know that. In one of the collection and development policy, it actually says that we support the curriculum of the schools. And so, and also what a lot of people don't know is that as a board, we are not an advisory committee. We actually are we get the governing body. We get our power from the state. So the buck stops with us when it comes to anything with the public libraries.
So why is it that these books that promote transgender ideology, gender confusion for elementary school kids are still on the shelves in Sumner County schools?
So if you don't mind, I'd like to go back to the beginning of why this is happening.
Please.
So in 2022, I got put on the library board along with Debbie Martin and Beverly Hyde. Beverly Hyde is the wife of Chairman Commissioner Hyde. So we all got put on the library board. We went through the committee on committee, the whole procedure, got voted on there. And then Kirk Cameron happened in Sumner County.
He's a beast.
It was, and I was one of the people that voted to fire the director that did that. Beverly Hyde actually voted against firing him. And I think a lot of things started happening. Some division started happening. Then in 2023, by the state, we were told to create a policy for sexually explicit materials, as there was a law had been passed.
Yep.
And so,
I think there's laws on the books already about obscene material as well.
Correct. And so as a board, if we wanted to continue to get funding from the state, we had to work that into our collection and development policy. So, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of laws and bills in Tennessee are very vague. Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, you can drive a semi through some of the loopholes.
Some would say intentionally.
I don't, maybe. So, the word inappropriate is so subjective. So, what I decided in the policy was to literally write down what was sexually explicit.
Good.
And I gave a good outline.
I'm sure.
Okay. Well, in a meeting that was actually on my birthday in 2023, uh, Beverly Hyde was so appalled by my policy because I literally described what was sexually explicit that almost like she was clutching her pearls, she resigned from the board.
I mean, you see this so often. I'm friends with Pastor John Chukwu, and he goes around to school board meetings and he'll read what is in the library, and the school board will say, "Sir, please, this is just far too obscene for you to be reading here in this public setting." And he goes, "Then why is it okay to have it in our library?" So when people are offended by the policy that you're writing, do you have that same thought? Like if my outline offends you, what do you have to say about the books that you're allowing these kids to read?
Absolutely. And that was my one of my arguments was if you think this is bad, and actually Anita Lamberth from Portland, the director, said, Joanna, if you think what this is in your policy is bad, you should see some of the stuff that's in the books. And I said, well, that's why we're putting it in the policy, that so you guys have a clear guideline of what we feel is inappropriate.
Yeah.
And so, and on public record, some of the library directors said, "Oh, we don't have any of the stuff in our libraries." You absolutely do. And so, well, what happened after that, after the resignation, was Chairman Hyde, which was the husband of Beverly Hyde. Well, I'm just going to say, I think he developed a personal vendetta, unfortunately, because at the next committee on committee meeting, Commissioner Mansfield brought about a secret letter that Commissioner Hyde had sent to those board members via snail mail out of the public eye, saying that he wanted them to put Commissioner Shannon Burgdorf on the library board. Now, that's out of the blue. Now, one thing I want to preface this is that I was friends with Commissioner Merrill Hyde, Shannon Burgdorf, Darrell Rogers, Terry Boyd, Don Schmidt, Matt Schoaf, all these commissioners. They all supported me.
Yep.
I was all friends with them before this sexually explicit materials policy came in place.
So you have to ask yourself, why do they want these books in the library? Are they avoiding the topic? Do they want to make it seem like everything's good and fine and rosy, or are they intentionally okay with these books being presented to minors?
Well, and that's what blows my mind. So because they'll say no, they don't want it, and they say, well, it needs to be just don't put it where minors can get it. Well, minors can get these books if they're in the library.
Yeah.
So even in my policy, I say, hey, if you do have these, they have to be in the adult section at a height that minors can't get and under the supervision of employees. And do you know that at that meeting, we had then Director Lauren from Westmoreland get up and publicly oppose this policy. And then after the policy passed for the sexually explicit materials, 4 of the directors literally just went against our policy. And it was ridiculous. And so Commissioner Matt Schoaf told me that the reason why he supported Commissioner Burgdorf to be on the library board was to rival me because he did not support the policy that I put in for sexually explicit materials because he felt it was too abrasive. And
so by saying that he doesn't support what you're doing, what he's really saying is, I support transgender ideology books for young kids.
Well, and that was the sexually explicit materials. Now I'm moving forward into that, because I wanted to give you the background. So since then, there's been the reason why I can't get this policy passed is because Commissioner Burgdorf has basically cherry-picked 3 library board members, and there's a whole process for getting people on the board. You have to go through a committee on committee, then those names get pushed forward towards the commission. And now, mind you, Merrill Hyde is the one, this personal vendetta, because his wife,
Yep.
resigned, put Shannon Burgdorf on. Every name that has come before, conservatives that would have supported this policy against transgender, such as Eric Stockton and Mike Ray, they publicly said, I would support this policy. They got over 400 emails outpouring of support. The commissioners voted against them, but instead put in 3 people that Shannon Burgdorf nominated from the floor of the commission, did not go through the procedure. And Merrill Hyde supported all 3 of these people. And now I can't pass this policy.
So you pissed off the good old boys club.
I did.
And when you piss off the good old boys club, you can't get anything done, even if it's a positive thing for our kids.
That's exactly what is happening up in Sumner County.
So it's personal feelings over what's right for the kids.
That exactly. It is a personal vendetta. I upset the prom king and queen of Sumner County. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Okay, and now that I did that, the good old boys, which again, Commissioner Darrell Rogers, Commissioner Terry Boyd, Commissioner Matt Shove, Commissioner Don Schmidt, Commissioner Shannon Burgdorf, all people that supported me. They actually came to my events for the Safeguard Our Schools and about getting stuff out of the schools. But now, since this whole personal vendetta started, they now vote against everybody that's conservative that would have actually supported this transgender policy.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So what can we do to help you raise awareness about this, make some noise, get loud? What's the call to action? Like, what can this audience do to support you? Because personal politics aside, we need to do what's right for the kids.
Absolutely. We had a meeting Wednesday night. What is today? Friday.
Yeah.
And, I have been speaking with pastors of Sumner County. I've been in contact with them for over 2 years. And, they're saying, Joanna, we love what you do. We love what you do. Yet they don't show up. They're not telling their congregation to come to these meetings. I don't see any. We had almost 65 people at the first meeting on this transgender policy. We had 3 Christian conservatives show up. All the rest of them were the crazy liberals that tout that they're Christians and want this. On our second meeting, we had I think 8 Christian conservatives. There was still 50 on the other side. And this past one we just had, I brought this back 3 times, okay? And at this last meeting, we had 1 person speak in support of this. Where is everybody?
Yeah, well, you would understand that the people in the county want these books out of the library.
I hear it constantly. I have people come up to me. I have people call me. I have people email me saying, Joanna, I want these out. I have people that said, I will not go to the Portland Public Library anymore because I'm scared of what my child will pick up.
It's insane.
And so I've been saying, where are the pastors?
Right.
And then also, it's coming up on primaries, right? For next year. And what's crazy is that, Commissioner Burgdorf, who's the one that has cherry-picked these other 3, library board members, she abstains every single time on this vote. Now, when you abstain, in my opinion, with Robert's rules and everything, the only reason you should really abstain is if you have a personal conflict,
right,
such as, someone's getting a raise or something like that.
The personal conflict is you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the personal conflict is me, or else otherwise it's really a cowardly way to vote. You either say yes or no.
I mean, essentially, get the personal feelings out of the way, do what's right by the kids, and let's move on and be adults.
Exactly. And what's really sad is that not only are they holding the personal feelings against me for this transgender, it's not protecting the children, but we had 2 viable directors, because we need a director for Hendersonville and a director for Westmoreland. We had 2 amazing, beautiful women that were supported by the friends of the library, supported by the community, and because of their personal dealings with me, neither of those women that have, one has had 33 years of experience in the government. The other one has been a teacher. They have roots in the community, but because they don't have experience in the library, they didn't get voted in as a library director. Well, the state doesn't demand that you have to have any experience in the library. And honestly, to tell you the truth, most librarians that get a degree in library science have been educated by the American Library Association. So in 2023, when we wrote the job descriptions for the library director of Sumner County, we took that out intentionally because we want people that care about the community.
Amen.
Not that have been educated by the American Library Association.
So what are the next steps? Do we have another meeting on the docket to try and do this again?
Unfortunately, we had a meeting. I tried to get a meeting in September. The board voted to not have a meeting in September. So our next meeting is going to be October.
Okay.
It would be the second Wednesday in October.
Will you come back before that meeting so that way we can rally the troops and get that room full of conservative Christians?
I would love to.
Perfect. Joanna Daniels, she is the chairman of the library board in Sumner County. I appreciate you. I appreciate your voice and your strength. And your willingness to put yourself in the line of fire for these kids. We need more people like you, Joanna. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I so appreciate you having me here, and thank you for all that you are doing.
Absolutely. How can we keep up with you? Can we find you online anywhere? Are you on Twitter? Are you on any social media? Or
I am on social media. It is a private page. But
okay, perfect. That's fine. That's fine. Keep it private. I get it. There's a lot of lunatics out there. That's fine.
There is.
But we'll have you back come October, and we'll highlight the upcoming meeting.
But you can email me at joanna.daniels@sumnercountytn.gov.
Joanna.daniels@sumnercountytn.gov.
Yep.
Joanna Daniels, she's one of the good ones. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. It's 9:54. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.